Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. Oh, what a day, y'all. I've been running around like a chicken with his head cut off. But it's finally starting to calm down, so I thought I'd sit out here, enjoy this lovely afternoon, check in with y'all and let you know what's going on. So before we get into all that, y'all go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. Yeah, y'all, it is a lovely afternoon here in the Northland, but oh my goodness, was it not lovely yesterday? We had a horrible storm. We lost a tree over there, which I'll show you. I'm not going to get up right now. I'll tell you about that in a minute, but we lost a tree over there. We had one tree over in the front break half in two. Our neighbors lost, to me, this is the big loss, was our neighbors lost their big old maple tree, which I didn't get any pictures of that because I was so heartbroken. I just couldn't take it. But I'm sure the intern has some pictures he can share with us. But I'll get y'all some footage of our broken trees, and I can show you what the intern has cooking over there. Did I tell y'all what he's doing? That he's bringing in like a shed kind of garage thing. So he and the boys brought in like 1 billion pounds of dirt or whatever dirt comes in. And they took down some trees and leveled out some stuff and put a bunch of dirt over there. So I'll show y'all that too when I get up and go looking around and filming stuff. But I'm not going to get up right now because I have finally gotten comfortable. I know I told y'all that I'm not calling it sciatica because that's a real thing, but I did some kind of thing to my back, and I was having, I think, sciatic nerve pain, which I just ignored because that makes it go away, right? No, it doesn't. It makes it get much, much worse. So I've finally I am comfortable now. Thank all of y'all for your thoughts and your kind words and your good wishes and your checking in on me. I am feeling much, much better. Still not good, but way better. I've gotten the pain pretty much localized to just my left thigh and my knee and a little bit my left hip, where before it was like fully half of my body. So I'm doing much better. I have committed to the idea that it is in fact that nerve that's being aggravated. So I'm alternating between Advil and Tylenol, even though I've read studies that those, what is it, NSAIDs, somethings, that they don't actually, like only 30% of the time do they help. Well, they help me. Is that an NSAID? Yeah, they are. It's like non-steroidal something. Anti-inflammatory, I don't know what they are, but they make swelling go down and they make you feel better. Well, according to studies that I have read, because y'all, I read all about this. I didn't do anything about it, but I read a bunch about it. That only 30% of the time does it work on like sciatic nerve pain. Well, it's making me feel better. Like it's actually giving me some relief. So I know y'all are like, what is she even talking about? I don't know, but I'm alternating my Advil and my Tylenol. I'm icing all the time right now. I'll show y'all when we go inside, but I have an ice pack that I strap to me so I can walk around with ice on. I sit down with ice on. I have ice I sleep with ice. I have ice all the time. So I'm icing and I'm taking anti-inflammatory. So y'all, I'm going to get to feeling better. Now, I haven't stopped working out, but I'm doing other things. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But here's what I want to talk about is, so what other things I can do to help this thing feel better. And one of and we talked about this way back. Can y'all hear the felons are inside there mad because I won't let them out because they were out before and they absconded up the road, barking at other dogs, pooping in people's yards. So I said, you're not going out there because I can't run after you. So they're inside being mad right now. But, which is part of why we're not inside, because they're in there being mad. I'm going to let them sit that out by themselves. But, Lord have mercy. A while ago, we talked about like water and protein and carbs and all the things we should have in our diet and how much of them we should have. And I remembered that one of the differentials to the amount of protein you should have is if you're rehabbing an injury. And if you're rehabbing an injury, you should have more protein, which, Lord have mercy, I already eat all the protein. But again, things that I've read, that when you're rehabbing, you need to up your protein to rebuild your tissues faster or something. That if you're not getting enough protein, that tissues don't rebuild well enough or fast enough or whatever. So we're going to talk about getting some more protein. So I need to run. Of course, I got to go to the store and pick up things. So I'm just going to go pick up. I'm not going shopping. I'm not going to walk around inside of Walmart. So y'all quit judging me. I'm going to go. I got to go pick up grocery orders. I got to pick up some other things. We're probably not going to do a haul because my groceries are boring this time. But if I get interesting things, of course, I'll show you. So I'm going to go get groceries and we'll come back. We'll talk about those. And then we're going to make some fun proteiny things. Y'all know what we're making because we talked about it last week. But we're probably going to make those. Make some fun proteiny things. I'm not lifting weights again yet. Okay, I'm lifting like super light weights, just doing arms. But I'm doing yoga. So remember I did those quad stretches last week or week before? I think those just made it worse because they were way too aggressive. So now I'm just doing hamstring and like hip opener stretches. I know, like the most boring things ever, but I did it to myself. So I'm like, I'm in a hell of my own making right now. So so dramatic because I like yoga and I like those stretches, but I really like throwing around weights and I can't do it right now. So I'm frustrated. So I'm going to and I'm dragging y'all down this road with me. Thank y'all for coming with me. I love y'all. So I'm going to go get groceries. I'll meet you in the house. We'll talk about some stuff. We'll talk about upping our protein game. And y'all, I can't be the only one getting injured out there. So we'll talk about that. And then I'm going to do a stretch and we're going to make something. So let's meet in the house and get this thing going. All right, y'all, we made it home. We are back from shopping. I got all the things. The intern actually went to the big box stores and brought us some stuff too. Y'all know that my love language is lean protein in big bulk, right? So the intern brought me the big thing of imitation crab meat because he loves me, and he got me, oh, I can't hardly even lift it, a big old box of Epsom salts. 2 of these. This is only one of the things. It's like 15 pounds of Epsom salts. So change of plans. We're going to talk about some food. We're going to do some yoga. We're going to make something that I'm going to go get in the bath. I know y'all didn't need to know that, but what was I going to tell y'all? Oh, we need a big old warning. First of all, I got to show y'all. Look at can y'all see my ice pack? It's like an ice fanny pack. It's this thing. Now I hurt myself doing that. I'm so stupid. So I got this thing from Walmart and it came with a big old ice pack, but it's like a little ice pack purse and it has Velcro on it. So I can just strap it on me and wear my ice pack around so I don't have to sit still while I'm icing myself. So I can wear it on my hip. I can, like, whatever's hurting at the time, I can just strap some ice onto it. So hang on, let me get my ice strap back on. But yeah, so that's what's happening off camera here. Anyway, we got to start this whole thing with the caveat that I do dumb stuff. Y'all know I do dumb stuff, and I do dumb stuff for dumb reasons. So I'm not necessarily telling you that you should do what I do. I'm just telling you what I do. So don't come at me with the whole, oh, you're hurt, you need to take rest days. I know that I'm hurt and I need to rest, but I'm not going to. And here's why, and many of y'all know this. I work out on the Peloton, oh, y'all can't see that. I'll show you my screen, but I work out on the Peloton platform. And Peloton, in their infinite wisdom, knowing how completely competitive the people on their platform are, they give us these medals to not really compete for, because you're not competing with anybody for the medals, but there are things that you can do to earn a bronze, a silver, and a gold in these different things each month. Well, then, within the medals, like, let's look at the cycling challenge, because this is the one that kills me every month. Within the cycling challenge, so on the platform, you can follow different people. And, you know, like you have your friends on there. Well, if you and your friends are all doing the cycling challenge or whatever, whichever subset of your friends is doing that challenge, you can see their progress and you can see your own progress. So you see your progress versus their progress, which, y'all, that's a competition. So I don't win other competitions. I don't win the strength competition. I don't win, and the other competitions are like competitions. The other medals are just like, you know, work out every day of the month and you get the medal, or, you know, whatever. So all you got to do is work out every day and then you rack it and there's nothing more you can do. And then the strength one, which I'll show y'all the strength one. I never win the strength one because there are just people who do more strength workouts than I do. And I just don't, like, I'm already, well, I haven't done any yet. I mean, it's the third, I think. No, it's the second. And I haven't done any strength workouts, so I'm already behind on that one. But I just don't do, like, I don't stack enough strength workouts in a day or in a week or in a month to even be competitive in that one. I mean, I'll gold in it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to be competitive in that. But the cycling challenge, I do 30 miles a day, average. Okay, I do at least 30 miles a day. So in my mind, I am competing in the cycling challenge with my friends. Now, let's be clear. I know that this is only a competition in my mind because, like, right now you can see Nicole B 1981 is right behind, okay, is the next one behind me. I'm at 63.4 miles and Nicole B 1981 is at 28.5 miles, which is interesting because nobody cares about this, but Nicole B is also right behind me on the annual challenge. Yeah, I'm at 28,047 minutes so far for the year, and Nicole B is at 20,602 minutes for the year. Y'all, I know this is just me being crazy and nobody else cares, but so let's get back to the cycling challenge. So Nicole B is right behind me in my group of friends, but Nicole B's group of friends is different from my group of friends. So while I'm ahead of Nicole B on my group of friends, there might be 7 people ahead of Nicole B on their group of friends. So this is literally a challenge only in my head, but it is a challenge that I take seriously, and I fight this challenge every month. So, and it keeps me going. Like, it keeps me motivated, and I will work really hard. I'm not going to say I will necessarily do 30 miles a day on the bike. I don't know why I'm so close to y'all. I'm like this because I'm getting a little amped up thinking about this challenge. But this is what sort of motivates me to do 30 miles a day on the bike, is because I know there's somebody named, and y'all are going to laugh because y'all have heard me talk about this before, Longhorn David is out there. And Longhorn David will jump in at the end of the month and be right up behind me. And if I do 30 miles a day, I can stay ahead of him. But y'all, he will crush 70 miles in a day, and I just can't do it. I'm a woman of a certain age. I can't do that much. So I have to maintain, like, I have to do a lot of miles every day over the whole month, because he'll jump in at the end of the month and crush 70 miles a day for like 4 days. And if I'm not far enough ahead of him, I'll lose. And I'm not gonna lose. So in spite of my injury, I'm gonna keep on working. Now, I don't know why I felt a need to let y'all into that deep, dark place in my brain. We're gonna get out of my Peloton app right now and talk about what that means. So I mentioned this before. Let's take a minute. Because of my injury, I feel like a dork even calling it an injury, but because I've strained myself, I'm not as strong. So I have to work harder to even get the gains that I'm making, right? Normally, if I'm healthy, if I work as hard as I've been working, I crush far more miles. So I'm working harder, I'm more tired. I know that I am more fatigued, but I don't even know what the point of that was. I have read and I've researched and studied, and I remember from when we talked about protein intake before that injury, or like your physical condition, affects how much protein you need. And I'll link to that video here, but my average, like my regular daily protein intake is between like 82 and 85 grams of protein a day. And from what I've read, when you're rehabbing an injury, you need, and I've read a bunch of different sources, but the general wisdom is you need between 8/10 and 1 2/10 of a gram of protein per pound of body weight. And of course that varies depending on like how active you are, how big you are, how much muscle you have, and what kind of injury you're rehabbing. Like, y'all, I truly think it's an inflamed nerve. I knock on wood, I'm pretty definitely sure I didn't like pull or tear a muscle or anything, but think about the difference between rehabbing an inflamed nerve and a torn muscle, and the amount of protein you need to rehab a torn muscle versus an inflamed nerve. Now, I mean, I'm exceptionally uncomfortable, but the difference between how I feel and how I would feel, like how I feel now and how I would feel if I had a torn muscle, I mean, it's like night and a blizzard. Like there's just no comparison. They're not even remotely the same thing. So what I'm doing is I'm going to like sort of split the difference there and go for a gram of protein. So I'm going to hit the 1, like between 0.8 and 1.2, I'm going to hit the 1, like 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So normally I do 82 grams of protein a day. I need to up that by like half. So I need to have half again as much protein in a day. Y'all, that's a little bit of a lot, because as it is, y'all know I eat a lot. I think you know I eat a lot of protein. Like every time I put anything in my face hole, I try to think about eating protein. Like if I eat a snack, if I eat fruit, I try to get some hummus on it, like some chocolate hummus with it. Or if I'm eating an apple, I'll eat some yogurt with it. Or if I'm eating canned fruit, I'll eat some cottage cheese with it. So I'm trying to be intentional about the things that I eat. So what that means is knowing the protein amount of things that we eat, right? So let's talk about the protein content of some of the things that we eat. And I know we've talked about these before, but it don't hurt to brush up on them. So y'all know some of my, I'm getting shifty. I might go sit down because I feel like I'm like this right now. But some what I think are easy, quick sources of protein, cottage cheese is 13 grams of protein for half a cup. So like last night, I was about to jump on a Zoom call, and so I wanted a quick snack, so I wolfed down half a cup of, almost at half a cup of protein, that's just weird, half a cup of cottage cheese with 2 boiled eggs and half a cup of imitation crab meat. And it's sitting out here on the counter. Y'all, I have cracked the code. I think, Lord, slow down. Was it last week or week before that we did the cottage cheese bowls? And the only one I didn't like was the one with the imitation crab meat and the avocado. The one that I really wanted to like that I didn't like. If I'd have just thrown some anything, well, this is the actual everything but the bagel seasoning, but I also have the everything bagel or anything bagel, whatever it is, the one from the Walmart. If I'd have thrown this on there instead of the Tabasco that I tried to use, bomb. Y'all, it was, this is what I did last night. I didn't have avocado in it, but I had imitation crab meat and boiled egg, which was good, cottage cheese, which was good, everything but the bagel, so good, wolfed that down. And so that was, I'm about to do math on the fly, so scary. So, all right, here we go. We got this. Cottage cheese, I did about half a cup of cottage cheese. It was probably a little more than that, but 13 grams of protein for that, 6 grams of protein for the crab meat, so that's 19. And then, y'all, I count 6 grams of protein per egg, because I don't do like the large eggs is 6 and extra large eggs is 7. I just do 6 per egg. So 12 grams of protein for the 2 eggs. So 19, 29, 31 grams of protein for that bowl of snack. That had me almost to my extra protein for the day. I also, y'all, I was going to try to be not all like this and be logical about how we're talking about things. Now that I'm already down a rabbit hole, let me tell you, I also, remember I had started eating those Oikos, I'm going to stick it here because I just don't feel like dragging all this stuff out, those Oikos 000 yogurts that I accidentally got from the Sam's Club, and I liked them, so now I get them all the time. I've started eating those in the mornings now. I used to only have them when I'm up super early in the morning, but y'all, that's an easy, I think it's 15 grams of protein for just one serving. So I've easily increased my, like I hit my 40 right there, right? 15 grams with that, 31 with the bowl of randomness at the end of the night. Now, I've gained a little weight, not a ton, like a pound, but between the added food that I'm eating and not being able to work out as hard, something's got to give, right? So I'm going to get healthy and then I'll worry about that later. So I'm just not going to be crazy about, I don't have time to be, I can't be crazy about everything, y'all. So I'm not going to be crazy about that right now. And it's 1.5 pounds. So let's talk about protein amounts in some things that are easy to eat, right? Because if you're hurt, if you're tired, if for whatever reason you feel, or even if you feel like your diet or your food intake just isn't going the way you want it to go, or you feel like you need it to go, and you want to up your protein some, what does 8 grams, 10 grams, 13 grams, 15 grams of protein look like? Well, we already talked about cottage cheese. Half a cup of that, the cottage cheese that I eat, that 1% fat cottage cheese, half a cup is 13 grams of protein. Eggs, like I said, I count one egg as 6 grams of protein. Now, if you look, you know, if you're like really like tight on your protein and you want to like weigh out your eggs or whatever, you can do all that. I just count an egg as 6 grams of protein. I think if you look at like the list, they'll say a large egg is 6 grams, extra large is 7 grams, and then when they get smaller, they're fewer grams. Whatever. I ain't got time for all that. I say an egg is 6 grams of protein. And then if you scramble it, throw in some milk and some cheese, obviously you're upping your protein on that. But just a plain old boiled egg, straight out the shell, 6 grams of protein. Greek yogurt, that Oikos Greek yogurt, 15 grams of protein for like the little single serving cup of the 000 Greek yogurt. Chicken, plain old, no skin, chicken breast is 25 grams of protein for 4 ounces. So 4 ounces is a serving. I mean, not the way I live, but in real life, for normal people, 4 ounces of meat apparently is a serving. So 4 ounces of chicken, 25 grams of protein. 4 ounces of turkey, that 99% lean ground turkey that we use, 4 ounces is 27 grams of protein. 4 ounces of super lean ground beef, and I don't know, y'all feel free to correct me or add some details in the chat. I believe it's either 27 or like 26 or 28% lean ground beef is, now I forgot my grams, 24 grams of protein for 4 ounces. That's lean ground beef. Now, I'm sure as you get more fat, you get less protein, right? But I know that like, because that's the one that I buy is the lean one. So lean ground beef is 24 grams of protein for 4 ounces. I feel like those are the easy, lean protein sources to add to your diet if you're trying to up your protein, especially if you're just trying to do it acutely. Like, I don't plan on eating like this forever because y'all, I'd be big as a house. But for right now, I need to focus on getting healthy so that I can get back to actually working out and like lifting weights and doing things. So that's my plan, is I'm going to up my protein by 40 grams of protein, like 40 additional grams of protein a day for a few weeks. Get this thing better, because y'all, this is starting to be a lingering thing. And then get back to eating like a normal human, not like a freaking leopard or something, and get back to working out the way that I like to work out. So that's my plan. So for right now though, I need to crab meat is still sitting out. I need to put this in the fridge. I need to go do you know what, I'm gonna go stretch, because I don't feel awful, but I'm not feeling great. So I'm gonna go stretch out, and then I'm gonna come back, and y'all, I am so excited. We're gonna make some Scotch eggs. I know. Now, we're gonna make 3 different kinds. We're gonna make Scotch eggs with, so a Scotch egg is like protein wrapped in protein with some breadcrumbs, and then it's fried. So excited. So it's a boiled egg wrapped in meat, and then you're supposed to like bread it and deep fry it. Y'all know we ain't deep frying nothing. I'm gonna stick it in the air fryer. So I'm gonna try 3 different things. I'm really stoked about 2 of them. I'm horrified by one of them, but I can't help myself. I gotta do it. I'm gonna do ground turkey on one, and I think that's going to be super close to 0 points, because the breadcrumbs are going to give it some points, but I've got, of course, 99% lean ground turkey and a boiled egg, so that's going to be really close to 0 points. I have lean ground beef for 1, and then y'all take a beat. I'm gonna do some smoked salmon on 1, which might be completely repugnant and gag inducing, but it also might be really good. So I don't think there's going to be any in between. It's going to be either really, really good or really, really bad. But y'all, we survived. If you've been around for a little minute, you know this, you know exactly where I'm going. We survived my brilliant idea to try a recipe where we used ground chickpeas instead of flour to make some kind of, I think they were apple muffins. That was absolutely repugnant. So if we survived that, we can survive. I mean, it's fish, right? I mean, how bad can grinding up fish and then frying it around an egg be? Famous last words, I know. So I'm gonna come back, we're gonna talk about it, but I'm not sure how much of that stuff I'm gonna do live in front of y'all, because raw meat can be gross, and especially like that. So we might just talk about it, I'm gonna do it and then come back and taste it. So y'all, let me go stretch out and I'll be back and we'll talk about some meat wrapped eggs.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine.
All right, y'all, now I'm stoked. I'm still not sure how cute this is gonna be on camera, but I went ahead and pre-made the meat to wrap around the eggs. I made the salmon one, so I took some smoked salmon and some raw salmon, threw them in the food processor, mushed it up a bit, threw in a bit of lemon zest with some capers and some dill, because I didn't want to, I didn't really know how to season it, so I didn't want to do it wrong. So that's all that is just salmon, smoked salmon, raw salmon with some capers and some dill, and y'all, it smells so good. So now I'm stoked for that. So I did that. I got some lean ground beef and just seasoned that a bit, and some turkey. And so now I've washed my hands, and now of course I have boiled eggs. I always have boiled eggs. Let me scooch that over. I always have boiled eggs. So now I'm supposed to make these into balls, the salmon, and then mush it out and wrap an egg in it. So I'm gonna try to do that and see how it goes. Oh yeah, that's working well. I don't know how much fish should go on an egg. I guess maybe just enough to cover it. I don't want it to be too thin or too thick. So here's what I'm gonna do is cover the eggs in the meat and then egg, flour, and breadcrumbs. So I'm not gonna drag y'all through all of that, but I just kind of wanted you to see this part of the process. It's not as gross as I thought it would be. So there's a fish one, and I'm not gonna do a whole lot. I'm gonna do maybe 2 of each. Let's see how the meat works. I don't know if this is gonna stick as well. That fish stuck really well. Obviously I need to peel some more eggs, but oh yeah, that's actually working well. It just kind of mushes around it. So again, I'm gonna like do an egg wash and breadcrumb these and then stick them in the air fryer. And I think I'm gonna do them all together and just kind of watch them because I have no idea what the cook times are gonna be. So, y'all, if you've ever done this before and you're watching me, you're probably cringing right now. And sorry about that. Uh-oh. That didn't work out. There we go. The intern said he would taste test one of these, but he didn't really like eggs. So I was like, maybe not so much. Here's the turkey one. I think the beef one is going to take longer to cook because y'all know this turkey cooks so fast, and I'm pretty sure that fish is going to cook fast too. So, all right, so there are, can y'all see these? There are what is going to turn into our salmon, beef, and turkey Scotch eggs. So let me take these, let me egg wash, breadcrumb them, let me get them in the air fryer, and I'll come back and we'll taste test them. So y'all sit tight. Y'all, look how cute these came out. Now I ended up spritzing them with a little bit of avocado oil just to get that. You can see right here, I think that, yeah, that's the hamburger one. I just broke it. But you can see like right there, the breadcrumbs didn't get quite as mushed as I'd like for them to, partially because I use such lean meat that there's no fat in it to get it like nice and greasy. But we have the fish one, the turkey one, and the hamburger one. So let's bust into these. I probably should have made some dipping sauce, but let's get into them and then we'll kind of figure out from there what we want to do. Should we do the fish one first? Let's do the fish one last because that's the one I'm the most excited and the most scared for. So let's start with the hamburger one since I already broke it. I ended up cooking them kind of a long time. I think maybe 20 minutes. Gosh, that's hot. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and cut them all open. Ooh. Oh, that's cute. Look how cute that is. Whew, I'm gonna burn myself. All right, let me grab. Let's make this cuter. All right, so we're starting with the hamburger one. Let's get up out of this plate. Did I tell y'all I seasoned the hamburger and the turkey with the everything but the kitchen sink seasoning from the Walmart? That's nice. That's really good. I'm gonna throw some no sugar ketchup on it just to see. Because it's hamburger and egg. And I think those will be good with ketchup. So let's try, I'm just gonna use my hands now. It's not very hot, I don't know why it's not very hot, I just took it out of the air fryer. That's good. Now, when I make boiled eggs, I boil them all the way, like I hard boil them. I think for these, you might want to do, if you can, without like the white part being mushy, if you can get your yolks a little bit mushy to do these, that might be a good idea because these yolks are a little bit, at least that one, is a little bit something, like it's a little bit overcooked, but it's still fine, especially when you slather it in ketchup. That's good. That's very tasty. Now let's try the turkey one. I'm just gonna do this with my hands. Look how cute that is. And it's holding together really well. I think the reason the hamburger one broke apart, remember I like made it and then I added that extra bit? That was a bad move. And you got to make it with all one piece. So the only one I really read a recipe for was the fish one, and it said to make it into a ball and then mash it and put your egg in it and do it like this around it. That's what I should have done with all of them. Like maybe actually read a recipe. I don't know. Whatever. I think this is going to be dry because it's the turkey. Wrong again. That's really good. That's really good. I thought I might have done too much, so I did flour and then egg and then breadcrumb, like a typical like egg wash and then breadcrumb. And I thought I had done too much, but it's nice, like it sort of encrusts it or encapsulates it or whatever nicely. So yeah, that's really nice. I'm not gonna eat any more of that one because I'm getting full already, and we gotta try this fish one. Y'all look at this. It looks nice. Cooking with fish paste. So let's see. It's holding up nicely. I didn't know if it was gonna be too dry because you know I just used a piece of raw fish and a piece of smoked fish and just like mushed them together to make into this thing. So let's taste it and see what we get. Definitely not going to put ketchup on it because that's weird. It's tasty and it's dry. You know what we should do is make like a dill dipping sauce. That'd be really good. I'm just going to like dip it in a little bit of our ranch, 0 Point ranch dip, but the flavors, I think the flavor is going to be too strong. The flavor is strong. The flavor is strong. The garlic or onion or whatever it was that I put in that ranch dip is definitely overpowering that salmon, the smoked salmon flavor. But I think if you had some kind of like creamy dill dip, we could definitely make a creamy dill dip with the non-fat Greek yogurt instead of using the ranch seasoning, just use like dill. That would be really yummy. And y'all, these are good. So like all of these are actually good. The fish one that I was most concerned about is really good. The turkey one's good, and the hamburger one is good in ketchup. So y'all, I'm gonna call that a winner for a snack idea of protein wrapped in protein. Let me know what you think. Have you tried Scotch eggs? Do they look a little too weird for you? Just let us know in the comments. And let us know your favorite protein snacks, protein meals, or ways to add protein to your diet. Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.